Alright, Sagittarius, my fellow fire signs. Let's see what y'all got going on. So what I've been doing is pulling 2 oracle cards. One from my Work Your Light deck and one from my shadow deck. The shadow deck just tells me where you could be blocked at currently, or where you should be focusing your attention, what areas you need improvement on, all that good stuff. Okay, Sagittarius. Fire for Sagittarius. Okay. You have, where are you being called to journey to? And then at the bottom when I was shuffling, I kept seeing get grounded. So I feel like you are needing to center yourself right now, ground yourself. I feel like that will help bring in clarity for you about where you're supposed to be going. So I feel like that's what the area. I feel like that's the energy that Sagittarius is in right now, trying to ground themselves so that they can be clear about what they want and where they want to go in the future. I feel like that's kind of been, what's the word? Because that came up for Leos too, so maybe that's just what fire signs are doing right now. 222. Trying to find balance in your life. Trying to see the bigger picture. Trying not to let your emotions get the best of you. Trying to apply logic to your emotion. And trying to come up with a game plan. Because I know us as fire signs, like, we will try to go from here straight to here. Not knowing that there's a whole path in between, and that path serves a purpose. So, not trying to skip out on the process. But at the end of the day, what is your higher calling? What are you here to do? I feel like that's what Sagittarius is asking themselves right now. So let's see where you could be blocked or needing to focus on. You could even be revisiting like a childhood dream of yours. Or you could be having literal dreams about something. Not about something, but about, you know, how can I, because not a dream about a dream, but like or you could be having dreams within dreams. But that aside, you could be having a dream about your purpose, about your journey. You could have had a dream about something you wanted to do when you were a kid. You see what I'm saying? So that could be your subconscious trying to speak to you. Shadow card for Sagittarius. You had 2 cards try to come out. Alone in the world. Yeah. See, this is kind of piggybacking off of Leo's energy, because Leo was in a space where they were being isolated, or they felt isolated, but that was all for a reason, so that they could sit with themselves and again figure out where they want to go next. So you could be feeling alone. You could be feeling isolated. You could be within that same energy. But as you can see, this person in this card, don't, you know, the background to me speaks of royalty, to be honest. I don't see poverty. So it's like, even though you're alone in greatness. That's deep. But that's not the card that came out for you. The card that came out for you was I Won't Cry For You. And then you have Addicted at the bottom of the deck. So some of y'all could be like learning your self-worth. Because I feel like this could have something to do with basically not falling into someone's karmic energy. Not allowing someone to pull you off of your path. Not falling for a victim story or a victim mentality. Basically, like, I won't allow what you got going on to affect me. Trying to find a good angle that don't have a glare. But yeah. So let's see what that card is about. And then it's card number 22. So maybe you could have lost yourself in a relationship and now you're regaining balance. Oh wow, see? It says sometimes when it's over, closure must be created, not just found. Sometimes when it's over, closure must be created and not just found. And this is the stage of acceptance. It says, I gave you my last gift, which is probably that blood, the teardrop in her hand that's made of blood. I gave you my last. Okay, so it says, I shed my last tear for you. It's time not to let you free, but to let myself free. That's deep, because that goes back to what I was saying, piggybacks off what I was saying as far as not allowing what someone else has going on, or not allowing that karmic energy to come in and affect you and your timeline and what it is you had going on before they even came along. This is about realizing you can't control what someone else is doing. You can only control what you're doing. So this, like they said, this is not about letting them free. This is about letting yourself free. This is about self-accountability, self-awareness, self-preservation. And even though it hurts, it may hurt. Like, this could be you needing to release somebody. And it, maybe something you don't want to do, but something you need to do. Because you're realizing that what they got going on is affecting you negatively. It's putting you in a dark space. And not only that, but it's distracting you from what it is you really should be focused on. 1:11 on the clock. Okay. So I've been using my Modern Witch deck today, so I'm gonna continue with that. It's very important to be self-aware right now, because a new timeline is starting, is being ushered in, and you could very well be swept up into the old timeline just that fast. So you have to be very well aware of not only your own energy and what it is you have going on, but the energy of those who you allow into your life, because you could be starting this new beginning. You feel like you could save somebody, or you feel like they go on the same path you going on, blase, blase, only to look up and realize that they done took you off this path and you've been sitting here trying to save them, and now you stuck with them. Just when your new beginning was about to take off. So that's very, very important, because you are held accountable regardless of your intentions. can't save everybody. All right, Sagittarius. Sag. Yep. Because your first card out was the Death card. And that's a strong way to start a reading. I feel like you could, you may be having a conversation with somebody soon, and you may be telling them that things are over. And it's crazy because I feel like once you have this conversation, you feel like, okay, so then at the bottom of the deck, you got the Ten of Cups in reverse with the Magician. So I feel like this, you realized once you got, I'm not going to say too deep in, but once you got acquainted with this person, let's say y'all started spending time, whatever, that's when you realize that this is not what you were manifesting. It's like, okay, this is not what I wanted. This is not what I was expecting. It's not, you know, you don't expect perfection, but you expect better, for sure. I feel like you needed to realize that you deserved better. You could have better. Better exists. Okay, so then you have the Queen of Swords in reverse, Four of Pentacles with the Sun. So this tells me that I feel like you might not even tell this person you're over them. You might not even communicate this. You might keep it to yourself. You may make like a silent exit. Like the book said, you may create this closure for yourself instead of looking for that closure from them. I feel like this is energy of like bowing out gracefully. Gracefully. Okay, I'm gonna just keep this to myself. I'm not gonna even tell them. I'm not gonna communicate them, because I feel like any other time you're very outspoken. I feel like because the Queen of Swords is very blunt, she doesn't spare any feelings. So I feel like that's you any other time. But I feel like since you're really over this, you don't even feel the need to cause a scene on your way out. And I feel like with that, with you making a decision to actually end these things and to end them the way that you did, I feel like could be very mature for you. But I also feel like that brings you clarity. That brings you, it ushers in a new beginning. It clears out all of this old stagnant energy because it was attached to them. I feel like something could be happening for you guys in Leo season. You guys could be needing to focus on your root chakras. Oh yeah, that makes sense. Because the root chakra is all about, it's the base of the chakras. So when you're grounding, you know, or when you're grounded, just focus on your root chakra. Or you could wear red or drink red or, you know, things like that. But your root chakra is rooted in like carnal instincts, like fear or, you know, anxiety. But it could be passion too. It could be many things. So that's, I feel like that's why at the beginning of the reading, it was telling you to ground yourself. I'll put them back in the wrong order. I'm gonna see why. Let me clarify some of these cards. So I'm gonna see why the Four of Pentacles is here. Queen of Cups. I feel like you no longer feel the same about this person. Or I feel like if you have any negative feelings towards this person, you've been keeping it to yourself. But I feel like you're also realizing you don't feel the same about this person anymore. Or maybe the feelings that you have for this person was rooted in physical things and not like actual emotion, which would have only led to a toxic situation anyway. So let's see why the Sun is here, and then that'll be it. You got the Hermit. Pull one more. So this is, you got 3 major arcana. So I feel like this could be kind of like a, when I see a lot of major arcana like that, I see it as either divine intervention or like an epiphany, which could be seen as the same thing. So with this Hermit, especially with the Sun, I feel like now that you're not focused on this person and their energy and trying to help them, now you can take that energy and put it back into yourself. And like clockwork, you know, it, like I said, it brings clarity about, or like a reminder, like, okay, let me focus back on myself. What was I doing before this person came along? Or what should I have been doing even while this person was here? Because a lot of people get into relationships and they stop focusing on themselves and their journey and only on their partner. So I feel like this alone time will do you more good than harm. You know, you can't be afraid to be by yourself. That doesn't make you less than or, you know, anything like that. I said I was going to pull one more card for the Hermit. See what the Hermit is with the Sun. It's really too many cards. The World card, the Page of Wands. Yeah, I feel like, I just feel like you're moving on. You're not putting any more energy into this, or you're moving on because you realize that they wasn't even putting any energy into this for real. Especially if they're showing up as the Page. And then I seen, what did I see at the bottom of the deck before? But the Page shows me that they, especially in reverse, they just were not putting in the same amount of effort that I feel like you were. But leaving this behind basically ushers in this new beginning for you. It forces you to focus on yourself. But it's good though, because you're getting to a point, Sagittarius, where you are recognizing karmic energy. So that means you are learning your lessons and you are actually applying them. So I applaud y'all for that. So I hope that resonates with you. Peace.